Look, we're live. There's nobody here yet.
I'm not expecting you.
I know. There's zero. There's zero people. All right, so while we wait for people to come in here, what's going on, Stealth? So here's what happened this morning, right? I was going to do a video on I made Griffin ACC. Dickie, what's going on, guys? So like, yeah, this ain't the regular like UTG night. So I wanted to have we got a really good community here, and I wanted to like have a discussion with you guys about like the kind of stuff that's going on right now. And so let me go back, right? So this morning I was going to do a video on I made a windage tray to weld a windage tray baffle setup to weld into the oil pan a bottle rocket, and I was going to do a video on that and oil pressure, right? So, needless to say, there's a lot of crazy shit going on in the world, like, right now. And it doesn't matter whether or not you believe or I believe that the coronavirus is an actual threat or doesn't make any difference. The world believes it, the powers that be believe it, and so it affects us directly. So as I'm sitting here right now, market is taking a shit, obviously, right? They've closed down all the bars and restaurants in New York. They've closed down all the bars and restaurants in Los Angeles. In Nashville over here, everything is closed. This is like an economic thing. You know what I mean? It's like, this isn't just like a little blip on the road. I just saw a thing where they're talking about 75% of the restaurants that have closed for this thing aren't going to be able to reopen. And you're talking about just 1 million people right there out of work, done. I don't know of you guys that affects, but collectively it affects all of us, So it's like, so here's the thing. Yeah, I got a brick to the crotch. I'm sorry, I can't like read and talk at the same. We'll get to like, we'll be talking a little bit. So at any rate, so something occurred to me because I'm not worried about this thing at all. And here's my perspective. This is how it works. This is just from the mind of a mechanic. Okay, it could all blow over in 2 weeks, right? And everything kind of goes back to normal, and it's like, okay, no harm, no foul, right? It was just a little bump on the road. Or it could be literally the end of the world as we know it, global depression, which is a distinct possibility. It could go anywhere, right? But I'm not worried about it, like at all, right? And it makes me think of like when I was a kid, right? I got tossed out of school when I was 16, and I was like, I'm going to be a mechanic, right? That's it. I'm just going to fix cars, and I did. I went right to work as a mechanic. I bounced from shop to shop, and I did things, and I had my own places, right? So and back then I was like the black sheep of society. So remember, I come from like New York City, right? And a middle class neighborhood. So it's like, to work with your hands was considered to be like, you were like lower class. I caught hell for my family. I caught hell. Please, everybody, oh, you're going to be a mechanic. It's like the same as like, saying, yeah, well, you're going to be a bum in the street, right? So, but the thing is, it gave me opportunities because as long as I had my tools and as long as I had what was in my head and my willingness to work with my hands, no matter what happened, I would always be able to feed myself. I would always be able to pay the bills, get ahead. I don't know, there was always feast or famine, but the bottom line is that I always had to fall back on. And then as like life went on, I wanted to try different things. You know what I mean? So I wanted to try being a writer. So I did. I went into the car magazine business. And I was able to do that, knowing that, if this takes a shit, I got my toolbox and I got my tools and I know what I'm doing, right? So let me go be a writer for a little while. And I did that. And then had the end of that. And I said, you know what? I want to be a drag racer. I want to go race nitro cars. I'm going to stop everything. I'm just going to go run out there and play fucking nitro guy. And I was like, you know what? As long as I got my tools and I got a place to work and what's in my head and hands, no problem. If that doesn't work, I go back and I turn wrenches. This has been like through my whole life. And then like even after that, I said, I want to go into the coffee business. I want to have coffee houses. So I opened a coffee house, right? Fucking coffee house, right? Where did that come from? It was just something I wanted to do. So again, once again, because I had my tools and I had, my place to work and I had my hands and I had my head, I don't worry about it. If the coffee business takes a total shit, I go right back to fixing cars. And then it brings us right into the present day, where I said, you know what? We're going to give YouTube a shot. We're going to give this thing a shot. And, if it takes a shit, no problem. I got my tools. I got my hands. I got my head. Let's do this thing. Is this making sense to you guys? All right. So the reason I say this now is because there's a lot of uncertainty. There's a crazy shit. What's going to happen? But here's the thing, right? We're a community of car guys. You're all car guys and girls and young guys, especially. This is I want you young guys to really pay attention to this because this is fucking important. Okay, because this isn't something anybody else is going to tell you. If you've got the will. The knowledge, you don't even need the knowledge. You'll acquire the knowledge. If you've got the will to learn, if you get the will to acquire the knowledge, and work with the tools, work the machinery. If you're of that mindset, do it. Right. This is the ticket to freedom. And right now, I'm sitting here. The world is upside fucking down. Nobody knows what's going to happen next, and I have total freedom. It's I don't, it's not that I don't care. I know people are getting sick. I don't want to see anybody get sick. I want to see anybody die. I don't want to see anybody displaced. It's not like that. But I'm not worried about it because no matter what happens, no matter how bad it gets, I got my tools. I got a place to work. And if people will pay me in chickens, if there's no money, they'll pay me in chickens. They'll pay me in whatever they pay me in. Right. The bottom line is that my life will go on. There'll be commerce. I'll do just fine. My family will do just fine. My friends will do just fine. And does that make any sense to you guys? Or am I just babbling? I was actually going to do pay me in toilet paper, right? Things could go to bar, right? I mean, right now they're talking about it's closing down every restaurant. There's no drag racing this season. No gatherings of more than 10 people. Whoa, right? There's no way I ever thought I'd see the day, that we would be under a soft martial law, global soft martial law, and there's nothing. There's no, what I mean? There's nothing, right? It's insane. ACC, you're right. Blue collar built it. Blue collar can save it. Here's the thing. Okay, you guys, and this has nothing to do with any sort of conspiracy stuff. Nothing, right? I'm just historical facts and not anything beyond that. Okay. You all know Masons, right? Masonry and all of that, the Freemasons and all. But do you know how that came to be? You know what I mean? Like how they came to be so powerful, so influential. Whether you believe any of the conspiracy stuff or not, it makes no difference. They're still a powerful, influential group of people. If you go back to the era that they came from, everything was built of stone. You needed a mason. It didn't matter how powerful you were. You could be a king, an emperor, a pharaoh, whatever you happen to be. It doesn't make any difference what you were. You could be rich beyond anything, right? But unless you had the cooperation of the stoneworkers, of the masons, you were shit, right? And it's the same thing here today. We, the mechanics of the world, the mechanics, the technicians, the electricians, the plumbers, the carpenters, the tradespeople, right? We keep the world going. If we were to collectively get together, if we were to form a union like the Masons had, their union, right? And if we collectively, the people who work with our hands and make all the machinery work and make the planes fly and the ships go and the farm machinery work and the dragsters go down the fucking track, right? If we were to all get together collectively and form a union, we would be the most powerful. We could shut down the planet in a week. Like everything would just stop. Everybody would fucking die. We are the people who actually run the program. We are the most powerful people on earth, whether you realize it or not. Shrugged. Yeah, we've got some educated people in here. So what do you guys got to say about all of this? I'm babbling on for 10 minutes. I'm only going to stay on for about a half hour, an hour, but I wanted to talk with you guys. And then tomorrow I want to get back to making regular videos. That was the other thing too. I'm like, how can I just go and make regular fucking videos and talk about suspension, travel and weight transfer and oil pans and oil pressure and so on and so forth? How do I go out and make fucking regular videos like that when the whole fucking world is in turmoil at the moment? Coronavirus is fake. It may or it may not be. And I'll tell you the truth, I'm convinced. I'm convinced that's what Kathy and I had. I keep running into people and I keep hearing stories. Everybody had the same thing. It was this mystery upper respiratory illness that just came out of fucking nowhere. The medicines didn't work, didn't have a regular diagnosis. No type of cough medicine stopped the cough. It's 2 months later. I still don't have my voice completely back yet. Right? Something happened. Something went on. I ran into an elderly couple the other day in a trailer place. I needed some parts for one of my things, and there was an elderly couple, and they were talking to the salesman and saying, "Yeah, we had this thing for like 2 months. It came out of nowhere. They couldn't diagnose it. It wasn't the flu. It was just this upper respiratory. It was coughing up fucking cats and everything else. Right? This went around. So, I from personal experience, I don't know if the official story is all that accurate, but I don't want to get into conspiracy shit either. And yeah, I do have a tinfoil hat. I'll show it to you guys sometime. Fred, I'm not blaming the media. I don't know what's real and what's not. Oh, lamb chop. How's pork chop doing? Praying for him. That's good. He needs all the prayers and well wishes that he can get. He just started his chemo today. He was kind of, I told him, he was like, I got to get out and race bottle rocket. And I was like, bro, there's no drag racing. You know what I mean? There's no gatherings of more than 10 fucking people for the next 2 months, right? So, it's like we're under martial law. Just relax and then take your chemo and heal, Howling Mad, it was more than the creeping crud, because I've had the crud, and that was not the crud. I had things happening to me. I've got vertigo, like normal vertigo, you know what I mean? But I had this crazy episode for 2 days where I literally couldn't walk 3 feet in a straight line. Fevers would come and go. I don't know. I had 3 days straight where I ran like 103 fever. It was crazy. And Uncle Kathy went through the same thing. Yeah, the banks, Dan Murphy, you hope the banks don't shut down. That's a distinct possibility. This has never happened before. Like literally, like this has never happened before. I know, at least in this country. But then again, this is a global thing. So like the United States is in lockdown, Canada's in lockdown, Europe is in fucking lockdown. Who the hell knows what's going on in Asia, right? Yeah, it's entirely possible that before this thing is over, we have a global depression. I'm going to say, based on my observation, I think that that's the likely scenario. And you know what I mean? And take that for what it's worth. I'm not an economics professor, but that's what it looks like is going to happen. Yeah, bank runs are a very distinct possibility. If I were you guys and you're not tuned into that sort of thing, I would do some research and find out what happens when the banks close. You've had situations like Argentina, you know what I mean? They went through a hyperinflation. Zimbabwe went through a hyperinflation. The Weimar Republic hyperinflation led to World War II. The hyperinflations are a normal thing. You know what I mean? They happen in all sorts of cultures, and bank crises and bank collapses and so on and so forth. It's a normal state of affairs. It happens in every culture. It just hasn't happened to us yet. there's a very good possibility it happens this time. And I'm not trying to be a fear monger or being down or anything like that. Like, you got to use your head, do your research, and research like what would happen. What resources do I have? What can I pull out of my ass just in case this happens? Yeah, I mean, that's right. There was at least there was still TP in 08. Yeah, all burn. Yeah, cash for clunkers. Good money can fuck off. I'll go back to nature. Not everybody has that choice, brother, man. You take a lot of people and you drop them in nature. Like, you drop me in nature, okay? I'm dead in fucking 24 hours. I'm a mechanic. See, my world is about asphalt and concrete and shit like that, right? Put me in the fucking woods, and the first squirrel that comes along is I give up. I die, right? Do they even have squirrels in the woods? I don't even know. See, that's what I'm saying. What are we laughing at? This is a serious conversation I'm having with my fucking people here.
I know.
Baby, can I get a cigarette?
Yeah.
What does Uncle Kathy think about all this? She's hiding under the table. She's actually, she's got cover. She just got out from under the table to get me a cigarette, but she's going to go back under and cover her head and shake. She's shaking. Need metal. We're overthinking this, brother, man. I swear to God, I wish we were, and I would not be sitting here if there was any overthinking. Turn on the news. Just watch the news. Get an update on exactly what's going on right now as far as like closures. There is at least right now, right between yesterday and today, right now, there's at least 1 million of our fucking neighbors that are out of work. The bar and the restaurant industry. That's not overthinking anything, bro. That's the real fucking deal. You're in the Arctic. You survive here. Are you really in the Arctic? God bless you, man. It gets under 50 degrees here, and I'm like, no, I'm gonna no. Yeah, I mean, yeah, some of you guys, you're woods creatures, or you're out there in the Arctic, and you're mixing it up with the Yeti and all that. I get that. That's fine, but that's not all of us. You know what I mean? Like, most of us are in cities, suburbs, inner cities. We're kind of dependent on the system, even if we're not dependent on the system itself. Everybody around us is dependent on the system, so you got to kind of go with the flow. Okay, Dave Degan. I think the banks are using the virus to cover their inevitable collapse. That's okay. My opinion. Okay, I'm not saying this as a fact, but that is my exact opinion. And the truth of the matter is, I've been waiting kind of for this for something like this to happen. Mechanics have to unite at some point. I believe that. I honestly do, because things have become so disposable. Our machinery has become so disposable, so overtech, that at some point we are going to have to unite, because there's going to be so much mechanical chaos. You just think about just trade. Okay, you need a throttle position sensor for your 2014 whatever, that's your daily transportation. And right now, trade is kind of normal, and dollar conversions to other currencies are kind of normal. So you could still run to the auto parts store and get that. But if you have serious economic dislocation, okay, that situation changes. Suddenly that $14 part becomes a $140 part, becomes a $1,400 part, and then it's a 3-week wait to get it. So and that's not crazy. That's the normal situation in a lot of the world, and it may be actually happening here. So as mechanics, we kind of do need to, I don't want to say organize, but we do need to like tighten up our community a little bit. You know what I'm saying? Because as a class of people, right, we are going to be really needed, even if it's not the worst case situation. No, buddy, the sky isn't falling. That's the other thing, man. I always tell, like Uncle Kathy tends to get wrapped up in headlines, and I always tell her, hey, no matter what happens, tomorrow morning the sun comes up, and then tomorrow night the sun goes down, and it's going to rain, and everything is going to be fucking normal. Nature just goes on. So no, the sky is not falling. F-bombs and flying wrenches. Things that are in your town are already mostly closed. What town are you in? Yeah, Russell, I know only old and sick are dying. You're right. It's like they were just talking on the news about that kids seem to have an immunity to this. Thank God, right? Um, but it doesn't matter whether you or I believe. See, that's the thing. This is important, right? You gotta understand something. It doesn't matter whether you or I believe it's real or if it's an emergency, it's really an emergency, or if it's critical. We don't. It doesn't matter what we believe. We could believe it's a conspiracy. We could believe it's the fucking reptilian overlords, punishing us. We could believe it's the secret cabal, whatever. It doesn't make any difference. What we believe, what everybody around us, what they believe, and what they're going to go by. It's just like, okay, so let's just say, for example, right? You don't believe in astrology at all, right? You don't believe in astrology. It's the stupidest fucking thing that could have ever happened, right? General apocalypse fun. Thank you, John. So in your mind, astrology is the dumbest thing that ever fucking, you can't be bothered with it. It's stupid. But your boss, he believes in astrology. He's a crazy fucking astrologist. And every decision that he makes is based on the astrological, the position of Saturn, and this is in this degree of that. And it's like, well, you know what? You may not believe in it, but he does. And your fate is in the hands of the guy who believes in the shit. So you don't have to believe it, but you better understand it, because it's going to steer your life. So I'm saying everything means nothing. I don't want to get like all Zen and shit, bro. But go ahead if you want to, because media throwing gas. Yeah, they are. Astrology is satanic. Well, I mean, it may be, it may not be. I don't know. I really don't know anything about astrology myself. But like I said, in that example, if I worked for somebody who was a hardcore astrologist, I better have an idea what the fuck the astrology is, or I don't know what's coming next in my job. I don't know how my day is going to go, because this guy makes all of his decisions on his horoscope. So that's the same situation that you have now. Whether you believe this virus is real, or whether you believe it's a threat, whether you believe it's the media making hype, or it's a setup from the banks or the governments, or it's the New World Order, whatever, doesn't make it. Yeah, it doesn't matter what you fucking believe, right? It's what's going on around us. So this is the facts that we got to deal with, and we got to figure out, the short, straight way. It's just like drag racing. You know what I'm saying? The only thing that counts is the shortest, straightest way to the fucking finish line, and that's something you got to figure out where that finish line is, and figure out how to get there good and clean. Keep the candles lit the whole time. We're all, I hope you all go through this completely fat and happy and with no shortages, and you don't lose your jobs. It's like, who the hell knows? Full martial law is coming soon, bro. Deer Slayer, it's already here. It's already here. This is a soft martial law. And it's global. It's not just this country. The whole world, the civilized world, if you want to call it that, is under a soft martial law. Number one rule of survival: don't panic. That's exactly right. That's exactly right. You're hoping somebody else sells their old Mopars cheap now. I have a funny feeling there's going to be a lot of Mopars on the market cheap. So which car will I drive to conserve gas? We're not going to have a gas shortage. It'll be the exact opposite. You're gonna see a hyper, because the infrastructure is just there to pump this shit out. And as of right now, there's like only 2/3 of the fuel that we normally use being used. So there's this giant glut of the stuff, and they literally have to put a fire sale to get rid of it just to keep the system moving. Unfair fight. You're right. Bad is good. Good is bad. The truth is laughed at. Oftentimes, yeah. Uncle, do I follow Q? I'm not going to answer that. You can probably figure that out on your own. Sorry, buddy. I wish I could make this a cool topic for you next time. Yeah. This is a bummer. I'm out of here. But we got 426 people on right now. The astrology cape was about past planetary billiard games, yeah, more or less, right? You have enough ammo to eat for years. I heard it's going to be good for YouTubers. Plenty of people home just watching YouTube. That's the truth. You know, I happen to this time around it's always been, well, you know, I've got my mechanic skills to fall back on. Well, right now I'm in a very fortunate position. I've got YouTube to fall back on, and this is probably the last thing that would be affected. Did you hear we may go into total lockdown in the next 24 hours? Yes, I did, and that's one of the reasons why I wanted to do this live, because yeah, I'm hearing stuff like that. I'm hearing that Italy is under fucking lockdown. I mean, like literally, these people can't leave their fucking houses, right? It is a distinct possibility that that happens here, and if it does, it's going to happen in the next 24, 48 hours. That's how fast this thing is moving. Oh, thank you, Tim. Yes, everyone will die. We're all doomed. It's over. The party's over. Yeah, you worry. Unity Motorsports. I worry about the media driving people to stealing and total chaos. If I lived in a very densely populated area right now that was financially dependent on the travel industry or the entertainment industry or anything like that, man, I would be very cautious. Those are the guys that if I was in an area like that, I would want to be armed and I would want to know to get out of there. Dogs and cats living together, mass hysteria. Why is the government making everybody panic? I don't know. That's a good question. I don't know. They lock everyone down with measure babies or, you know, please. Time to scrap your copper. Not yet. Hold on to it. The American Empire is over? No, Tim. I don't think so. I actually think that we have another. I think we got to take a breather. You know what I'm saying? I think we've been taking a breather. You know, because we've gotten really weak over the last half a century or so. I think we're taking a breather. But no, man, I don't think it's over at all. I think the exact opposite. I think that after the smoke fucking clears, you know what I mean? We've done it before. You know, we've done it before. I mean, you know, our immediate ancestors they were a bunch of 18-year-old fucking kids, and they turned the entire globe into smoking fucking ruins and then rebuilt it, right? So, you know, that's still in our genes, man. That's still in our bloodline. We can do that. And not that I want to turn the whole world into a smoking fucking, you know, but it's been done before. It could be done again. Take back what we've given away. Yeah, we do. We have to take back what we've given away. We got to get our manufacturing infrastructure, man. You know, we have all the raw materials here. That's one of the things that make this country so great, is that we've got every raw material you could possibly. We had shit up a wazoo, right? You know, and we used to have the means of processing it and distributing it and everything else, you know, and we gave that up. So now we have to get that back. Born in the Bronx, this is nothing, John, I'm sure, man. You were born in the Bronx, you've seen it. Were you there for the riots and all of that? So when this is actually over, does the world sue China? You know, it's a good idea. Sign me up. I'll join on to that. Basic universal income will be included in the bailout. Don't count on it. It ain't going to happen. Everybody starts smoking and they're going to have to. That's right, Max Davis. You're absolutely right. As long as the junkyards don't close down. Yeah. I've seen a lot of your videos, by the way, Classic Ride. If you guys aren't subscribed, you haven't seen, checked out Classic Ride Society's videos, check him out. It's a good channel. He does good work. F-bombs, the U.S. is long overdue for a fall. Yeah, I mean, yes, yeah, we absolutely are. We got too fat, we got too lazy, and this is the wake-up call. This, if you're smart, you know what I'm saying? This is the smack in the face. Boom, you know, get up, get your ass to work, you know? Normal day in the South Bronx. You're having a smoke and a beer there in Australia. Excellent, Russell. I hear you, Craig. WWG1, WGA. I get it. But I don't want to get into any of that stuff on this channel. You know, that's not the purpose of this channel. This is about cars. You know, and it's about being a mechanic. It's about the mechanic lifestyle is what it is. Kathy hates when I use life, but that's really what this is. You know, this is I'm a lifestyle mechanic. I'm a gearhead, right? My whole world is this stuff. So I don't really want to go off into those other areas. There's plenty of other people who do that sort of thing. You know, not us. But you know, not saying who, but some of you guys are typing stuff that I know all about. Can UTG make respirators? We could. I bet you we could. We could do UTG. Hey, can we do UTG surgical masks?
You can get masks anywhere. Do you want me to start sewing masks?
Fix my lady's front drum brakes. Spring broke, Uncle T. Something. Yep. There you go. Snow Barrel 1710. I'm lead electrician, technician, mechanic. I'm not worried a bit. Exactly. And that was the point, man. That's the point of this, of why I came on here. You know what I mean? Because that's what I want to say. You know, if you're a mechanic, you know what I mean? Doesn't matter what's going on. We get blasted with an EMP. We get hit with a fucking solar flare. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter what happens, right? You're a mechanic. You can pick shit up. You can pick shit up off the ground and craft it into something that will get a job done. It'll get you from point A to point B, or it'll fucking, you know, it'll freeze the meat, whatever it happens to be, right? You're a mechanic. You can do these things. You know, you are the master. You know, the worse things get, the better, you know, you rise to the top. And it's not just an individual thing. You know, you can't take care of your family unless you take care of yourself first. You can't take care of your friends. You can't take care of your community unless you take care of yourself first. Jade Crane. Oh, wait. Oh, Rusty Chambers. So many people have hand to mouth. This could get really shitty really fast. Exactly. This is my point. You're a hacker mechanic as well. Got to have a cigarette hole in a respirator. I can't believe how many people took that seriously. I was like, I'm reading through the comments and it's like, that won't do you any good unless you shave. Come on, man. Bruce, I don't want to talk about car stuff. I know some of you guys are asking car questions now and stuff. Let's save that for Sunday, man. That's like our normal Sunday night show. And you know, we'll be back Sunday with them. And tomorrow I'm gonna make a video like nothing ever happened, man. Like, you know, like just go right back. But like I said, I feel funny just going right into, like, you know, oh well, everything's normal, everything's all fucking cool. There's no epidemic, not everybody is fucking locked down. You know, I can't really do a video like that, you know, until we do this. You know what I mean? What's your comment on all the pricks buying up everything? Panic. Look, I think maybe there's a small amount of greed there. You know what I mean? You know, I think maybe 10% of the population that bought everything up was greed, and I think the rest of it is like real uncertainty. You know what I mean? So it was herd mentality, right? So you see one person walk out of the supermarket with fucking 40 things of fucking toilet paper, and it's like, okay, I'm just gonna follow the herd because I have no ability to process critical fucking thought, so I'll just do the same thing, and that's what happened. That's the other thing, man. I went to pick up dog food. I was gonna get a couple of bags of dog food. The local supermarket only sell me 2 bags. So I was like, oh, well, let me grab a few just in case, right? No, only sell 2. The fucking meat aisle is gone. There's no fucking meat. The paper aisle is fucking gone. There's no paper. The only things left in the whole supermarket are like vegan things. You know what I'm saying? All the stuff nobody fucking wants to eat, right? There's plenty of kelp. You want fucking kelp? There's tons of it, right? All non-essential gatherings banned. Just went to the local stores. The shelves are empty. This is what I'm saying. This is not normal times, man. This is, this ain't no party. This ain't no disco. You have lots of time to work on your car now. Yeah, right. I know that's how I plan on. Listen, if the world gets locked down for 6 months, that's fine, man. I'm just gonna be working on my stuff for the next 6 months. Did I cook the meat? No. How's Lamb Chop? Lamb Chop started his chemo today, and he may be doing a live right now. I'm not sure. He might be, but you might want to check out and see if Lamb Chop is on. Chrissy, it's a total economic shift. That's what I believe. I'm not saying that's the fact. Okay, I'm not saying I have inside information or anything like that. But I do believe, myself personally, I believe this whole thing is economic and it's a reset. It's a global reset. Thank Christ I ordered all those Flintstone vitamins. Bro, I stocked up on Tang, okay? I got Tang for fucking weeks, because you can live on fucking Tang, man. There's nothing else. Yeah, I usually go shopping, but I did notice the kelp and the vegan crap, right? It goes to show you, right? This, the loud squeaky wheels get the don't mock Tang, fucking wrench. Tang fucking rocks. Do I think ammo may be a necessity here soon? Depends on where you live. And I'm going to be honest, right? If I lived in a certain areas, and basically it depends on the economics of the area. How much of that area is dependent on things that are being immediately cut back on right now. So if I lived in an area where the most of the population worked as waiters, busboys, that type of stuff. I would definitely arm myself. But for the average person who just lives in the average area, the average neighborhood subdivision, no, man, you don't need fucking guns. I don't think we're going to go Mad Max. Some areas may go Mad Max. Yeah, they still sell Tang. They sell it to me. You haven't had Tang in decades. It's time to return to your sweet orangey roots, brother man. Luna, you drank. You're a Tang guy. How many fucking Tang people we got on here? Rude Mopar dude. Thank you, sir. $4.99. By the way, I didn't come here to shake you guys down and try to get, of course, cash is always appreciated, but I didn't come down on here to just shake people down. Let me get the last couple of dollars before the fucking shit hits the fan. I don't want you to think that I did that, right?
We're hoping the payments go through. Right?
Orange drank. Tang will go with vodka. That is a deadly mix. The most fucked up I ever got in my life. I bought a fifth of this shit called Tango, right? And it's Tang and vodka, right? I was a kid. I was like 18, right? Shush. I was like 18, and I bought a bottle of Tango, and I took a couple of swigs, and I was like, that's nothing. And I just Bro, the most fucked up I've ever been in my entire life because the sugar sent the alcohol directly into my fucking bloodstream. Like, do not pass any filters, nothing, just fucking go. I was surprised he didn't die. What time do you report for duty? You're on duty now, brother, man. Mango Tango. That's one of my favorite Nuge songs too. If they can't get beer and smokes, yeah, I got my critical to my emergency tobacco supply, so we're good, you know. You've been buying up snacks at the 7-Eleven. Small food is good. Yep. Buy Tang stocks. Yeah, we're sending Tang stock through the fucking roof here. Kelp, no. Tang, yes. Oh, God. Yes, 0-1. Why would you even ask that? He fucking wins automatically. Hoard M&Ms. A cat. What does 0 win?
What did he win?
Yeah.
Oh, jeez. I don't know. I'm looking around.
Hang on, 0. We're gonna find out what you won.
You know, I don't know. I just cleaned up and put everything away. I don't know.
All right, hang on. We'll find. She's gonna find something. Dakota, thank you. $4.78. Stop hoarding the Tang. You know I'm just gonna take that $4.78 and go buy some fucking Tang with it. Oh, 0. He never got his art or watermelon seed.
I know. It's a package that just keeps building up.
Oh, fuck. Guys, I'm so sorry.
I told you. Yesterday we're delayed with shipping everything.
Yeah, anybody who's waiting for anything, it's coming to you. It's definitely coming to you. Uncle Kathy has been like slothing off.
What have I been doing?
Working hard. Oh, God. This mess won't be over till next year. I don't know. We're going to find out. Tang was for astronauts. It still is, right? How are we going to send anything out if you have to stay in the house? Well, you know, when they talk about lockdown, they're talking about, I think, for social situations and whatnot, it's, for me, it's a business. I got to bring stuff to the post office. Spin, I don't know what the question was. You waiting for an answer. What was the question? Where's Uncle Crystal? She's taking care of her kids right now. Anthony, yeah, you tried the Tango, right? It's deadly. It's not awesome. It's fucking deadly. Yeah, see, John Pooley races at Colorado National Speedway. They just postponed the season until May. Yeah, so yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's what do I have? Any 47? No, I have no parts for that. Real life Hunger Games could be. School may be closed until summer. Yeah, I mean, I see. Like that's the thing. Trying to keep track of everything that's going on. You know, because every time I look at the news, it's like this is going to be closed. And even like just because it was like yesterday, we were talking about limited things to 50 people, gatherings of 50 people. Now it's gatherings of 10 people. Formula One closed the Australian Grand Prix. All ADESA. I don't know what ITSA auctions are. The point of keeping people inside is to slow the spread so the medical system doesn't get overwhelmed. Yeah, that's Good Guys car shows have been canceled where you are. All schools closed in Kentucky. Constitutional right to assembly. Well, see, that's where the whole martial law thing comes in, because martial law takes precedent over. That's what I'm saying. Like a lot of you guys aren't realizing what's going on here. We have an undeclared martial law, because the right to assembly, the right to travel, all of these rights that we take for granted, okay, have just suddenly, all of a sudden, over the last 48 hours or so, been null and void. This is martial law. Who's Marshall? The guy that makes the laws. I hope your 2-bay transmission shop will survive. I think it will. Like I said, I think if you're in any of the trades like this, I think you're going to do good. You just keep your head straight, and don't let the static or the noise or any type of negativity get in your way, man. Just keep your focus, keep your head together, keep your focus, keep moving forward. Your bar is closed. Yeah. Murphy was an optimist. Oh, good. Lamb Chop is on. Yeah, I'm gonna go off in about 10 minutes, right? So, yeah, by all means, like, go over, check out Lamb Chop's World. Could somebody please put a link to Lamb Chop's World? One of you guys? Because Lamb Chop, seriously, guys, Lamb Chop needs the support. He's in for a really rough fucking ride, and he's John, nothing takes your constitutional rights away except, this. I mean, no matter what, if they limit your right, they limit your ability to travel, they limit your ability to assemble. I don't know how you're going to get around that. Yeah, somebody please link Lamb Chop's World. Like I said, he just started his chemo today. He's in for another. Yeah, Ari just linked it. Lamb Chop's World, right? He's live right now. He needs all the support he can get. If you could throw him a few bucks, do it. YouTube is going to be his only source of income for the next several months. He can, especially with the threat of the virus, whether it's real or not. He's super susceptible, both because of the cancer and because of the chemo. So this poor motherfucker is going to be in utter lockdown for the next several months. YouTube is literally the only means of support he's going to have for the next couple of months. So if you could spare anything, you know what I mean, send it over there. He's a good guy. He's a really good guy. When is there going to be a GoFundMe? There is a GoFundMe, and you can get a link to it on his channel. You love the lamb. We all do. How can you not love Lamb Chop? You're the guy with guns and training. I know, John. I wouldn't fuck with you. How you gonna square off against a tank? I mean, not that it would come to that. I don't think our military would ever actually fucking have I have faith in our military. I don't have faith in our government. Some parts of it I do. I don't have faith in our government, but I do have faith in our military. And honestly, martial law is a good place to be. Martial law, John, you of all people should fucking realize, right? Martial law means that the government, the elected government, right? The one that's so sketchy, all right, is being overridden by, the Pentagon. So our military, I trust them. Lamb chop is high spirits. Yeah, yeah. He just started the chemo today, and yeah, he's telling you. Listen, you know the deal, right? Our military can't even beat a bunch of goat herders in the Middle East. They'll never take. No, no. Our military could literally vaporize the world, right? Like poof, just like that, okay? And the fucking party's over. It's the hands of the government that keep them from doing their job. So don't ever fucking knock our military's capability of doing shit. It's the people who pull the strings on the military that keep them from doing shit. Ari, good night, brother. You're building a killdozer.
No.
Lynn Twin Customs, I'm pulling a Marvin Heemeyer, building a killdozer. That's fucking awesome. I've never Lynn Twin Customs. I've never heard of them. But I'm gonna check out your channel. Hey, I love that. That's fucking cool. They aren't gonna nuke the U.S. Nobody's gonna nuke anybody. It's not the U.S. military we should be worried about. The UN could, yeah, no. We have that's why we have militias. That's why we're armed to the fucking teeth and then some, right? And I'm not even one of them. I'm not a gun guy, right? But everybody around me is a fucking gun guy, right? And the UN doesn't stand a chance. The fucking first white helmet that is seen anywhere in this general region becomes a red helmet really fast. Lamb Chop's link is on Lamb Chop's channel. If you go over there now, he's live. Lamb Chop's World, he's live now. Go over there and ask him where the link is. I said, go show the brother man some support. He really needs it. Rusty, you hope I'm right? Bro, I'm always right. Is this another 2008? This is a completely different animal. Imports still suck. Want to know the difference between feminism and a coronavirus? Coronavirus doesn't kill babies. I don't want to get political. It's okay to skate around the edges of political, but can the U.S. military beat China? The U.S. military can beat anything. John Ravinius, everybody is focused on the virus. It's only a distraction. It's really the pin that pricked our yes, that's my personal feeling. I have no, and I've been expecting something like this for a long time now. Because you never know exactly what the event is going to be, but I've been expecting something like this. And my opinion, nothing factual, you know what I mean? Just my opinion based on observation over a very long period of time is that this is a completely economic thing with the cover of a virus. But that's just my opinion. So, World War II, a Japanese general said, we cannot land on U.S. soil because there'll be a gun behind every blade of grass. That's exactly right. And that hasn't changed. That's what makes America America. (2001) 9/11, 2009 housing bubble, 2020 virus. Yeah. Oh, thank you, Derek. I appreciate that. Yeah, right. Tell the Hells Angels they can't have a gathering of 50 people or more. Imports, thanks for hanging around, man. Good night. Yes, Uncle Kathy's rolling my smokes for me, so I could do this important thing. Guns are great, but training is the difference maker. Absolutely, John. I still want to be. I would still don't want to stand in front of somebody who's completely untrained if they got a fucking gun pointed at me. But that's besides the point. Same hysteria as Y2K. No, no, this is completely fucking different, Fubar. That was just speculation. Y2K was just speculation. This is real. You know, businesses are closed down. Travel is closed down. You know, it's like the borders are fucking closed all over the fucking world. Russia only has 80 cases. Maybe because Russia doesn't have a Federal Reserve System to deal with. But that's just my personal opinion. No food at the supermarket. A lot of supermarkets have no food. Did you ever think in your lifetime? I mean, I'm almost 60 years old. Did I ever conceive of a time that there would be no food? No, but there it is.
I did.
Vodka is the cure. It might be. I don't know. Stay in your shops and build race cars while we wait. Yep, that's the plan. That's what I'm going to be doing. That's what I'm going to be doing. I'm going to be tomorrow. Tomorrow we go back to making normal videos, and doing a normal thing. Like I said, I had to do this before I could just, because you know it's like you can't
pretend.
yeah, I can't pretend that like there's nothing going on, right? And you know it's the fucking elephant in the room. So I can't, you know what I mean? So before I go ahead and do any more fucking regular videos, I had to do this. I had to talk to my family here. You guys, you know, I think of you guys as family. Yeah, we're gonna have some badass cars when this is over. You guys got plenty of time to drill holes and shit. Oh, please. This could be the end of the petrodollar. Bingo, bingo, bingo. Give that man a fucking the silver dollar there, whatever the hell. This is the end of the petrodollar. It's exactly right. 58. Okay, boomer. Zoomer, what are you? I gotta call you a name. What are you? I don't even know what the fuck you are.
Millennial.
Build Mad Max cars while we wait. No, I'm not going to eat my chickens. They have names. You can't eat a chicken once you give it a name. What will we go back to? Work-based currency or gold? It's going to have to be some sort of accountable standard, not just printing the shit out of the air, which I got us to this point that we're at now. Get the Monster 318 back together and frying tires. Yeah, it'll be apart for a while because it's not going anywhere. You know, we're not going anywhere. There's no drag strips. There's nothing. You know, so I may do some videos on things like fuel economy and maybe, you know, worst case scenario survivable machinery. You know what I mean? Because there are a lot of people that, you know, that are, you know. So I mean, so what if we do get hit with something like a solar flare, which is completely normal? No tinfoil hat shit. You know what I mean? The Carrington event. You know, if you don't think that the fucking end of the world as we know it can happen in the blink of an eye, Google the Carrington event. It's not unusual at all. So I may do some videos along those lines. Howling Mad Murdoch says that you twist a nice cigarette, and you do. She's going through seeds right now.
I'm planting.
She's planting. Build a true survivor car. I have many true survivor cars, but I may do something that's an outline of what is a survivor car. The grid goes down, it's all over. Now for us, brother man, we're mechanics. We can rise above everything. When the going gets weird, the weird turn pro. Good night, Granny. Thanks for joining us. And guys, I'm gonna sign off. Right? It's we've been on for an hour. I just wanted to jump on here real quick and just address this shit. Lamb Chop is live right now. Please head over to fucking Lamb Chop's World and like I said, show the brother man whatever support you possibly can. And then tomorrow we get back to our regularly scheduled whatever it is, that we do. All right. So everybody, thank you for joining us. And Sunday night, come back Sunday night, 7:00, and we'll do the usual shit. Good night, guys.